Oh, there's his car. You want to steal it, Blake? Oh! Wait, this shot is ass! Oh fuck yeah, boy!
Dude, I need some help.
No. Oh my god! Oh my god! I need to get out of here. I'm out.
Everything's going dark. I can't feel my dick.
Shadow is the light.
Dubs are like masterpieces. You take certain things and elements away from them and they just fall apart like any other show or TV or movie. Which begs the question in hand. Do we hate dubs? To a certain extent some do, and to a certain extent some don't. I would say 50-50 on the balance scale, if you will. Now before we get started, if you are new to the channel, feel free to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. And if you are a returning subscriber, please allow me to formally welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the Anime Lounge, feel free to check out my other playlists and other episodes, as they should be in the description down below. And if you want to wait till the end of the video, there should be a card at the end. So, dubs have been in existence for a long while. It first kind of started off on radio stations and people doing shows on radio stations back in the early 50s or the 60s, before they even had televisions. And it kind of faded away when we got sitcoms and TV shows and movies. Hell, Broadway became a thing. It kind of just faded out of existence until we have what we know is anime, because in Japan, people kind of need people to translate these shows that they want to bring over to the West. And they have been dubs for a long time now. Also, I want to note that anime back then was not as popular as it is now. And this is where the first key factor in analyzing this topic, which is called and none other than censorship. I always hated censorship because not only does it take away the key factors on Japan and its culture, it takes out what makes anime. The real reason why I think it just flops, and a lot of them do flop sometimes when Funimation handles these kinds of shows, is the fact that they take out dialogue and or scenes that kind of represent Japan's culture. And to those idiots that think that's offensive, you are a dumbass. You don't have to watch it if you get so offended about these types of things. It's Japan's culture, and you're taking things a little too far when you're removing scenes and or dialogue that explains their culture. And if you get offended that easily, what the hell are you even watching the damn show for? Hit the road. Like, you're just bitching and whining and then ruining the shows for other people that do enjoy them. That's disgusting behavior. It's an insult to the manga's creator. It's an insult to the people who worked endlessly putting this together day and night. It's an insult to the creators and their creative view. It's an insult to the fans and to the staff who to write these novels and write these mangas. It's disgusting. You're disrespecting the whole entire series, and you should be fucking ashamed of yourselves. Okay, calm down, Shadow, calm down. Another iteration of this would be the 4Kids dub. And if you remember back in the day, they had Yu-Gi-Oh back then, and they had Pokemon. Pokemon was one of the biggest anime in the West, and still is. Let's just say I have a differing opinion when it comes to the anime, not so much as the games. Like, the games are pretty good, but I digress. One of the biggest complaints with that dub was the fact that they replaced the rice balls, or onigiri, with the word jelly donut, and they had the picture of the rice ball censored out. And later seasons, they actually remove the rice ball and just completely. The second half of the censorship is the script changes. The fact that Funimation has completely removed certain dialogues from different scenes and shows, notably, My Girlfriend is a Gal on one scene in one episode. I believe it was episode 7 when they were at this May Cafe and this happens.
女の子の気持ちも考えてくださいよ。人前で恥ずかしい文章を読まされるなんて嫌に決まってるじゃないですか。
通常営業に戻す。
店長、時給はもちろんそのままですよね。
問題。
Well, maybe think about how these girls feel for once. Maybe they don't want to be debased just so you can sell a few more chicken wings to horny losers with mommy issues.
Book day's been canceled, you guys. Another win for you SJW millennials.
Dear God, kill me now. Do take note of how they took the dialogue and twisted it around and put the millennials, SJWs, and tried to force that in there for people. Funny thing is, Funimation has been doing this for 5 years, and by taking titles, unpopular titles, and basically twisting it and nudging it to where people don't notice. They put little bits and pieces in there in the hopes that people don't find out or notice about it or even pick up on it. And people don't. And people are oblivious to Funimation's bullshit. Let it go, Shadow. This ain't a rant video. Okay, so the final step or the final point I want to make for this discussion is the censorship on, the lady parts. You've seen it in games, you've seen it with this game especially, Shogun Kagura, and you've also seen it with interspecies reviewers. Long story short, what had happened was they removed it from their site because it goes beyond their community standards, which is entirely bullshit, because if you recall, they had different kinds of the same shit with the same kind of content. So in Valkyrie Drive, this main character has to get an orgy from another chick just to transform into a sword or a weapon. You're telling me that's acceptable for within your damn standards, but interspecies reviewers is not? Get the fuck out of here. And of course, I have no beef with Valkyrie Drive. I have no issues with those types of content. What I do have a problem with, however, is when they do something so fucking stupid when they remove a show and they give that kind of answer. It shows their fucking hypocrisy right there. You got content like this all the time. You have content everywhere. That's the point of anime. It's adult themed. A lot of these shows are adult themes that have adult scenes, and because of that, it's part of Japan's culture. You remove that culture just like every other fucking cartoon. I am just disappointed in what Funimation is doing, and also for those people who have had issues with those types of shows and they bitch and whine on Twitter. That's not your company's fault. It's your own damn fault for watching the show in the first place. Take responsibility for your fuck-ups. I'm tired of these fucking people, really. I will never understand why people have to ruin shows and anime for the people that do enjoy those shows. It doesn't make any sense. So, that begs the question, do I hate dubs? No, absolutely not. Because there's brilliant shows, even older ones, that's still out there that I still enjoy watching to this day, and I really do love dubs. Watching the English dub versions of shows is how I got into anime, and I treasure that memory to my heart a lot. So, but what I do have a problem with what I spent the whole day talking about was when you're dubbing a show, don't remove the content, because that ruins the show. That ruins what the character has built. That ruins the credibility, the writing, the manga. It ruins everything. It ruins the whole premise of the storytelling. Dialogue is very important, as is the content, basically the dialogue as well. All three of these are vital to a story and its whole entire point. I love watching dub, but if I want to watch a dub, I would go back to the early 2000s, because that is the golden age of the dubs. Back in the 90s and early 2000s, those were great back then, and I still enjoy them to this day. But guys, that is my video, and I'm sticking to it. What about you? Do you hate dubs or do you like dubs? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below, and if you guys want to see more of the Anime Lounge, please feel free to like the video, share it around with your friends, and consider slamming the hell out of that subscribe button if you like the content that I bring here. I do have a BitChute channel. You guys can follow me over there if you have an account. I really would appreciate the support on the alternative site, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.